this? ఇలా బిల్ చేసేవారు.
అది ములిగిపోతే ఆపేశారు అంతా.
Big again. More to the liking of the upper crust. That's another day done, James. Another day indeed. Everyone talking.
ఇది టైం క్లాక్ అప్పుడులో యూజ్ చేసింది డ్యూరింగ్ ద కన్స్ట్రక్షన్ ఆఫ్ టైటానిక్. ఇలా పే చేసేవారు. రైటింగ్ సూపర్ ఉంది అసలు.
That's where you worked in Belfast. My dad got me my start, then my brothers after me. You could hear the noise from where we lived, but nothing compared to
full experience అనుకుంటా.
They put me to work on 401. That's what we called her. We knew she'd be the largest passenger ship in the world, but we didn't call her Titanic then. I was there from the beginning. I watched the ship race lay the keel blocks. They set big wooden blocks on the slipway to start with, then the keel at top of it, like a backbone, then the frames attached to that, like a skeleton. Workshops everywhere. It took weeks to find your way around. The workshops for every trade you ever heard of. Painters, sailmakers, coppersmiths, boiler makers, cabinet makers. I even learned a bit about French balancing with them. Ireland was a fine place to work, but dangerous. Every ship cost a life, and there'd be lots of injuries besides. I was in the engine works for a while. Very well equipped it was. That's where we built the triple-story house. I worked in the frame bending shop. You'd heat steel beams in the furnace, then hit them onto slabs of cast iron and hammer them curved. It was skilled work. You had to bend them more than you needed because the frame straightened out a little when it cooled. The shell plates had made up a hull right up to 4.5 tons. They were taller than the dock. The plates were overlapped on the edges, sunk or raised, one after another. We called it clincher. One of the foremen taught me years ago. That's how you built steel ships. I worked as a heater boy. You had to heat the rivets on a wee plate. You pumped the bellows till the rivet was white hot. Then you get a hold of it with your tongs and threw it up to the catcher. And he put it in the hole in the plate with the holder up. There were two of us on the other side of the plate with the holder up. We had to hammer the rivet so it filled the hole before it turned dull red. The double bottom. That's a wee space we called the tanks, made up of steel plates. The rest, I get scared working down in that double bottom. You only had candles for light. The constant hammering against the
చాలా
shell plates.
కష్టపడ్డారు.
You could hear it all over Belfast. Some of those boys ended up stone deaf, so they did. The upper deck was steel too.
54
Part
hours.
of the strength of the ship. There's no straight lines on the
అంటే
ship.
ఈక్వల్గా ఇంకా
And when you look
వీళ్ళంతా
down the weather
పనిచేస్తారు.
deck, you can see the sheer of her hull. The stopped her flexion at
రోజుకి
sea.
9 hours 6 days అది.
The stern frame had to be strong enough to take the rudder and turning in heavy seas. You'd have all these timbers and guy wires to steady the frame, and men scurrying around like ants underneath. When we came to launch day, I was torn between pride and fear. The standing ways were coated in tallow, so the ship would slide when they shifted her weight off the block. That was the most dangerous part. When the shipwrights were knocking away the last props, they were under compression, you see, and the sliding ways would be released by the hydraulic trigger. 100,000 people watched the launch. Some paid a bob to sit in the reserved seating. They were extra well.
ఓహో, ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి
After you were proud to be an island on that day.
Employed 15,000 men at that time.
At the Harland and Wolff Shipyard in Belfast, there was a 6,000-ton structure which was over 200 feet high. It was known as the Arrow Gantry, to house two massive ships that were being built for the White Star Line. It supported the giant cranes that lifted the ship's hull using steel and rope slings made on-site by the yard's rigging teams. Housed in the Arrow Gantry was a Harland and Wolff ship with the yard number 401. It became
3 million rewards యూజ్ చేశారు.
May 31st.
ఉండేది టికెట్. జేపీఎంసీ పేరు ఎక్కడ రాసాడా? ఆ కాలంలో ఉంటాయి వీళ్ళకి జీవుగా.
Speed is futile. Safety and luxury will become the deciding factors on the transatlantic run. You'll see.
Mr. Perry, did the launch go?
Spectators here who have seen the finest sight in all of Belfast.
ఇది డెమో పీస్. ఒరిజినల్ టైటానిక్ మళ్ళీ మనం చూడలేం.
Boilers room too.
బా, ఎంత బాగుంది రూము. ఆహా, ఎవరో క్వీన్ అనుకుంటుంది.
డబ్బులు ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ క్యాబిన్.
ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ క్యాబిన్స్ ఇట్లా ఉండేవి. అప్పుడులో
అంటే వన్ ఇయర్ శాలరీ.
ఇక్కడ వచ్చి 3D వ్యూలోని మనకి లోపల టైటానిక్ షిప్ ఎట్లా ఉండేది, బాయిలర్ ఉంది, అంతా అందరూ కూర్చొని తినడానికి.
రెస్టారెంట్ ఏదో కానీ
ఇక్కడ కూడా పాత ఏడుపు సాంగ్లే. అక్కడ పేదోళ్ళు, ఇక్కడ రాయల్ వాళ్ళు. అంతే కదా.
షిప్ పైన ఉన్నట్టుందా? బాల్ రూమ్ మూవీలో ఉండదు.
4 సార్లు తిప్పిస్తాను అనుకున్నారేమో ఈ షిప్ని, ఒకేసారిలో మునిగిపోయింది.
చాలా డబ్బులు పెట్టారు.
చాలా. ఇక్కడ కూర్చుండాడు కెప్టెన్. ఈ మాదిరిలో ఏం కనిపిస్తుంది అయినా?
ఇప్పుడు ఏం కనిపిస్తుంది?
ఆ బేసిన్ బాగుంది చూడు.
పైన కూర్చుండి
లేదు, ఇక్కడ ఇలా కూర్చుండారు. ఏమైనా మాట్లాడాలంటే పైనోడు కిందకు వస్తాడు, కిందోడు అలాగే పడుకున్నట్టు. అదిగో అలాగా. ఈ కొడాక్ ఫిల్మ్ అప్పుడులోనే ఫోటోలకి యూస్ చేశారు. టు ప్రివెంట్ ర్యాట్స్ అండ్ ఆన్ బోర్డ్. చదవగలరా? Shut up, you're jamming the signal. I'm working Cape Race.
Eastbound ships. Titanic to Missoula. Received and thanks. California nearby ship to Titanic.
అంటే అక్కడ ఉన్న హార్బర్స్ అన్ని కూడా నియర్ బై హార్బర్
అండ్ సరౌండెడ్ బై ఐస్. మన మహానుభావుడేమో షటప్ అన్నాడు.
Water, creeping step by step up that stairway.
Harvard University has already planned to find the wreck and blow it up in the hope his father's body would float to the surface. Unsurprisingly, the plan is abandoned as impractical. Later, in 1912, 3 of the world's richest families, the Astors, took an
ఈ బ్రిటానిక్ అనే షిప్ తర్వాత ఫస్ట్ వరల్డ్ వార్కి హాస్పిటల్గా కన్వర్ట్ చేశారు. తర్వాత అది శాంక్ అయిపోయింది. ఒలింపిక్ అనమాట. దీన్ని స్క్రాప్ చేస్తారు. Belfast, the Discovery Theatre.
Is that what I think it is? Hang on, let me steady the ROV and I'll move in. Captain Edward Smith's private bathtub, with plumbing for fresh water and seawater, believe it or not. Oriole flags. There are several of those in the hull now, and that's a telemotor. What's the telemotor for? It's part of the hydraulic system that connected the ship's wheel to the steering gear and the rudder. The one that collapsed maybe 3 minutes